So we found out officially yesterday towards the end of the show that Tua Tagovailoa not going to start against the New York Jets. Not surprising.
Wait, he could be 100% healthy.
Yeah.
Pass all the protocols all over the United States. There ain't no way in hell he was playing this
I'm
week.
curious to know what he's going to have to pass to be able to play. Because it's going to be the hardest protocols of all time.
But basically, they're going to look at it and say, when he plays the following week, that's 20 days.
Yeah.
So you're talking about you got 10 days and then 7. So 19 days.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, they're going to I just hate the fact that now we're in a position where they're looking at Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins like, oh, you should have seen and known. I said, okay, if that's right, if that's correct, then does that mean that when the medical doctor, when the medical professional says something, they can say we don't believe it and play him anyway? You can't have that both ways.
It's a tough spot. Here was Mike McDaniel yesterday on everything that's going on with them, and the Dolphins head coach says the team has nothing to hide.
Like I said before, I'm very, very confident. The only reason I'm confident is because of everything that I've been around since I've been here, with regard to our medical staff and how they go and do their business. But as far as the inquiry that is going on from the league and from the PA, we're very happy to comply with all of those things, and would much rather be as transparent as possible. So, we're happy that all that's taking place, because we do not have anything to hide from that standpoint at all.
I do wonder for him, because really we're talking Leroy for Mike McDaniel. It's been a nice ride. Like, it's been jokey jokes and fun, and he's had a positive outlook on everything. Did a lot of positive building for the Dolphins that could have gone into a really nasty offseason for them. And this is kind of his first little dealing with distractions and outside noise, and not everybody loves you. Like, people think that you did something wrong. I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying,
right,
from your first time as being the guy running an organization, people are criticizing him and criticizing how he handled this, right or wrong. It just kind of comes with the position. And I do wonder how he handles all that kind of going into this week against the Jets.
I think that one of the cool things about Mike McDaniel is no matter what the situation is, he stayed true to who he is. So he's answered every question in the same way. He's been pretty honest and forthcoming with any question you ask him. And so he just continues to do that. And so we kind of look at him a certain way because he's always been that open and honest about all the stuff that he answers. Usually a coach that's in this situation, if he's secretive and standoffish and so, for example, if Brian Flores, with the way he talks to the media, had been going through this, I think they would have pounded him a lot more with questions. But the way Mike McDaniel has handled it is he's been forthcoming from the beginning. Hey, look, guys, like, this is what happened. You can come in and check. Like, it's not, we didn't do anything wrong. So from that standpoint, yeah, I think how he's handled situations in the past has helped him deal with this situation.
Yeah, but it is his first real negative situation to deal with. Like, he hasn't had anything really bad to deal with. It's been great. And honestly, everything that he said or was planning to do has worked. Everything they said about Tua has worked out. How we thought this offense. I mean, I guess the running game isn't quite as good as maybe we thought it would be.
That's the one thing that I'm really concerned with, because as you start getting later into the season and you start getting to November and December and guys are getting banged up and you might have a couple of, a receiver or two. The one thing that you should always be able to hang your hat on is your ability to run the football. And those teams that are able to do that are the teams that can get through situations where their superstars are out. They can't run the football at all.
No, there's moments, but they can't sustain a whole drive, it feels like, with it.
No.
And I think what's interesting is, once again, we kind of went into the season wondering about that spot. And the guys they went with were a guy in Chase Edmonds, who they said we're going to give more opportunities. We'll see how it goes. We think that this guy could be this. And then Mostert. I mean, Mike McDaniel loves Mostert.
He's fast, but when you see him run in between the tackles, if it's not there, he's not going to get anything. Whereas when you see Chase Edmonds run, he runs with some power, some authority. So, you know what? If there's nowhere to run, he still can get you in the 2nd and 7, second and 6. Whereas Mostert, if there's nothing there, it's 2nd and 11.
But it does feel like they've gone to him over, like, the first week was definitely a Chase Edmonds led backfield. And it feels like as the weeks have gone on, he's trusted Raheem. Now, listen, Chase Edmonds had an awful drop on Thursday Night Football. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Right in his hands, dude.
Yep.
Chase.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't drop that.
Here's what happens. Here's what happens in football when you're on certain teams. That some teams have the luxury of being able to make that mistake, and you go, oh, we'll get them next time because we're high powered or whatever. And there's other teams that every opportunity you have to take advantage of it, because you don't know when those opportunities are going to present themselves again. And I think the Dolphins are kind of in that situation where, look, based on where we are and how everybody's not available on defense, offensively, when we have a play to make, we got to make it.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of how you work your way through a football season. But you need to have the guys to understand that and know that, hey, a drop pass for us is more crucial than for another team because of what we're dealing with on the defensive side of the ball. We don't have, X is dealing with some type of groin or something.
Yeah, he doesn't look the same.
Byron Jones isn't back. Okay, your two best players play 20 yards off the ball and come up and make plays. But defensively, when you don't get pressure on the quarterback, they're struggling in the secondary right now.
Yeah.
And I know it's just a temporary thing, but it doesn't mean that you should just, you don't try to win football games. And the way you win is you have to be more sound. You have to make the plays that are available. You have to hit the open receivers. And it becomes even more pivotal when you can't run the football.
Yeah, Dolphins right now giving up the 2nd most passing yards per game in the NFL.
Which is when you start the season.
Oof.
You start the season, you say, what are the strengths? Secondary, wide receiver.
Right. And then the Ravens are number 1. They've given up the most, which is
well,
obvious.
because what do you think happens when every team comes back?
That's
on
right.
you?
Yeah, we kind of can see the formula for that. But
you think that has more to do with having the worst, giving up the most pass yards. Does it have more to do with your secondary or more to do with your pass rush?
Well, I do know that they've been very banged up in the secondary. Like that was pointed out by a million people. I don't feel like as much during the Bills game, but it was pointed out by a million people when the Dolphins came back. Well, they were playing with a banged up secondary because people couldn't believe their eyes with what the Dolphins had done. But I think that has something to do with it. I mean, like they're not like the best. It's not like the most elite passers, but they got some guys. I mean, Houston and Calais, like these are pretty good guys up front, not bums.
Right.
Even Calais is up there, but I'm pretty sure Calais Campbell's going to be 60 and still get to the quarterback. He's too big, really big. He's too big.
Or the batted ball.
Exactly. You guys want to hear from Tyreek Hill, huh?
Yeah, I heard one of his.
All right, so Tyreek Hill yesterday held court, and the Dolphins get ready to play the Jets. Remember, it was the Jets who were the other team in the Tyreek Hill trade sweepstakes. That weren't very long. I mean, it felt like that lasted like 6 hours before Schefter told us the trade was done. But it was Dolphins, Jets. And Tyreek Hill was asked about why did he go in the direction of Dolphins instead of Jets. Here's the cheetah.
You know what? It was very close to happening, man. But it's just those state taxes, man. I realized, I had to make a grown-up decision. And, here I am in the great city of Miami. Great weather, great people. We're beautiful people, I feel like. So here I am.
Much better, right? I mean, New York Jets fans. Yes, this cheetah's
other than Buffalo.
Yeah.
Is there any New York team that you would be excited to go to
at
this moment? Not baseball, because baseball, either team's pretty good.
So Knicks,
Nets,
Jets. I mean, Giants look pretty good.
Oh, are we sold yet?
I'm not sold, but I mean, they look pretty good.
Like if you had three choices,
Mhm.
okay, only two of these teams make the playoffs: Cowboys, Jets, Eagles.
Oh, Eagles are definitely making the playoffs.
Okay, and who else?
The Cowboys.
Okay,
I would go with them.
You're not taking. So in other words, you're not taking New York seriously.
Well, you said
they're not getting three teams.
You said Jets. I got confused.
No, I'm sorry. I meant
division. Giants.
Giants, Eagles, or Cowboys.
I don't rule the Giants out yet. I don't. Especially with, I don't know if I buy into this Cooper Rush thing. I don't know.
The question was pick two teams because all three of them ain't gonna.
I'll go with. Then I will go with Dallas, and but I think the division's a lot better than we thought it was. Like remember, when everybody thought like the AFC West was going to be amazing.
Yes,
you know,
and they got two stinkers.
People thought that the Colts were going to be amazing. They suck.
You know who's sneaky good every year, and we don't give credit to?
Who?
San Francisco.
I know.
Like we always see them, and you never really take them serious. They beat the hell out of the Rams all the time. And they just kind of, at the end of the year, they got 10, 11 wins.
People think that like Tyreek Hill, though, with going to the Dolphins because he got his bag from the Dolphins, that's why to me, he's the mouthpiece of the Dolphins. He's the ultimate hype man. He is the voice of the team. He's the public voice of the team. Because Tua doesn't say anything. And for me, I wonder like if he would have gone to the Jets, do you think he talks about Zach Wilson the way he does of Tua?
Yes.
So you think so? So you do think that
but
he's just because he's a supportive guy, or he'll just spin it how he wants to?
I think he would say nice things about Zach, but I think the things that he said about Tua are all the things that people were saying about Tua when he came out of college. So it's not like, oh my God, this is the first time you're hearing about Tua's accuracy and hearing about how good a ball Tua throws. This is not the first time you've been hearing this. It's the first time you've heard it from another player.
Right. Which, by the way, is anybody going to do a first take segment on because I heard him talk about Patrick Mahomes yesterday, and he said that Patrick Mahomes is playing another sport than everybody else. Is anybody going to, do a segment on, hey, Tyreek Hill said really nice things about Patrick Mahomes, or only that he said nice things about Tua, not Patrick Mahomes?
I've said this from the beginning. You can have a skill set that's better than somebody while not being a better player than them. For example, there's been a lot of running backs that were faster than me. Okay. But you're not offending me by saying that guy's really fast. He's the fastest guy I ever played with.
Right.
Should I be offended if somebody said that about a different running back? Right.
Dude, nobody gets 3 yards like you. Well, that's your quote.
See,
what?
See, this is why.
What? Why?
The best.
The best. Nobody is known for
best,
getting 3 yards more than you.
No one I would trust from the goal line.
It is a legendary quote.
Yep.
And nobody is known for getting 3 yards better than you. So even if you told me I could have Barry Sanders or Leroy Horde on a 3rd and 3, I'm going Leroy Horde because he's the best. Because that's what he said to John Madden.
It's good marketing.
It is not working. What you're trying to do here.
What am I trying to do?
You know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
You're doing Tobin.
It's like it's a martial art. It is weird. It is weird kind of getting used to everything around here. Like I was like, where is everything? So I still got does the phone, do they work? Do people like,
oh yeah, it works because there's people who call the entire show.
Really?
Yeah, like they're just like,
just
they'll
wanna get
answer
through?
any minute now. Any minute now.
What is the number?
305-567-0560.
Let me see if this thing works, okay?
Yeah.
305-567-0560. It's the first time we've given out that number. True. All right, hold on. Is our phone line up there, Marcos?
Yeah, man, we're ready to go.
Hey, 790, you're on the 560, you're on the air.
Oh man.
-1, me
That's
sorry.
a -1.
Damn it.
-1.
560 WQAM, you're on the air. I don't hear him, dude.
Nah, I don't hear anything.
I don't hear him. You sure you got him on?
Oh yeah, I got the other. There's 2 hybrids on.
Over. Can we please just say that? Can we admit that yes, we made a mistake, and now we have to go find another? Maybe we have it with Skylar Thompson, but we certainly don't have.
I'm gonna start that. Can you just let him know he's gonna start over because he came in mid-take? I have no idea what he's talking about.
He was saying that Teddy was a mistake.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Let's start from the top. Oh, he had enough. 560 WQAM, you're on the air. What's your name?
Yes, we made a mistake.
My name is Josh.
What's up, Josh? How are you, man? Turn off your radio.
I'm good. Turn it up?
Yeah, turn it off. All right.
Oh, okay.
I thought he said turn it up.
No, don't turn it up. What do you got for us, Josh? What's going on, man?
I live in South Florida. I'm a big Dolphins fan. I'm trying to figure out how the Dolphins find a way to run the ball better. If the Dolphins find a way to run the ball, I don't see them losing many games.
Well, let them know, Leroy. How are they going to run it better?
I don't know, but Mike McDaniel and that offense has always been able to find creative ways to run the football. The issue is that I think it's a talent thing. I just think that they use. I would prefer that they use was Edmonds, and they seem to love Mostert.
No, he loves Mostert. He was even like raving about Mostert on like it was yesterday. I think it was.
But you ever when you watch
Friday,
him,
but he was like he loves Mostert. Mostert loves him.
When you watch him get to the line of scrimmage, he looks really stiff. Like he doesn't just because a guy's fast doesn't mean he's fluid. And some guys who run really fast are stiff because they're sprinters. And so sometimes I just think that Mostert looks a little stiff. Whereas I think when you watch Chase Edmonds, he looks a little more fluid, a little more, he's able to make a couple of little subtle moves and push the pile a little bit more. So, and every time I say this, the very next carry, Mostert goes for 30.
I know. It's
And
great.
It's
Every time we're
it's
live
the
tweeting,
craziest thing.
Leroy, say something bad about Mostert so he does something good.
Right. And so it's not a matter of whether I don't think he's any good. I just think for what this team needs out of that position, it's more consistency. Like I don't want to give up 10 carries to get the 130-yard gain. I'd rather make sure I get 3 or 4 or 5, maybe break a 10 or 11-yarder on every play. That's going to put you in a better situation.
All right, let's go out. 560, you're on the air. Hello, 560.
Say louder.
Yeah. What they said.
Was good energy.
Was it good Marlins? Were they going for the
I think it was
Marlins?
Let's go Marlins.
It
I'm
was
almost
good for
positive.
them.
Yeah, I
Jeez,
like
that's
that.
diehard parent,
That's
right?
the hype that we need
What
right
the hell
there.
was that? Was that like
I'm excited for that.
That was a
was
good
that
kid.
Bruce Sherman's kid?
That was Bruce Sherman's kid.
Are you guys
You think like Bruce Sherman gives like Marlin swag to his grandkids for Christmas? They're like, thanks, Uncle, thanks, Grandpa Bruce.
Oh, this is
another a birdie jersey,
another jersey.
Awesome.
Jersey.
All right, let's go. 560, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hey, this is Jay.
What's up, Jay?
Hey, I knew somebody that worked at Indian Country Club like 50 years ago.
Yep.
When I was in high school. He worked there. Of course, needless to say, that no blacks were allowed. Also, no Jewish people.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't make eye contact with the patrons if you worked there.
Damn. Wow. That sounds like a real hoot.
Sounds like somewhere I wouldn't want to be honest.
Well, you all know my stand on that, being that I wasn't allowed to be there anyway.
All right, let's venture out to one more. So 560, you're on the air. What's your name? Hello, sir. He's gone too. Well, you gotta say, our first batch of 560 callers have not been great.
That was a cute kid, though.
That was a cute kid.
Let's go Marlins.
I appreciate the Shermanators grandkids calling us.
Yeah, for sure. We got some rules.
Shout out to them.
50-year-old Indian Greek.
Huh.
Solid.
Huh.
Not our best batch.
Not our best batch, dude.
Kind of uncomfortable.
I appreciate the enthusiasm and the number of people who are calling in.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Comments on a topic we talked about. Yeah, everybody on that island was racist.
Yep.
Mhm. Solid,
Yep.
solid.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Marlins, a couple games left in their season.
Give them one more crack at it.
Well, I guess, can't get any worse. Can it?
Yeah, well, you never know. 560, you're on the air. What's your name?
Joe.
What's up, Joe?
I kind of miss Zaslow, but the Dolphins are trash.
Yeah, perfect. You want me to tell Zaslow you miss him?
Yeah, I think
he's gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Solid.
What? I'll get the message to him.
I kind of miss Zaslow and the Dolphins are trash. That's Tobin 101 right there. That's the opposite of a pop. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I should probably screen these callers better, shouldn't I?
Well,
What are you doing?
I
You're
don't
the
know what-
gatekeeper.
You're kind of just watching it go by.
Yeah,
You're
I was
just like,
distracted by
I
the kid.
could,
Yeah.
direct traffic here, but I'm just gonna let Tobin says,
Just trusted him. It works so well. It's
it did. I know. Well, most of it's our Twitchers are who are in on the bid.
That's true.
Now it's like we're getting used to a whole new batch of people who
Yeah.
love. Let's go.
All right, then.
560, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hey, Pete from Hialeah.
What's up, dude?
That's a good energy.
Yep.
Listen, here's what we got. Everybody knew Tua was a hit away from this same thing happening. And if he didn't, he was blind as a bat. Also, here we got to set that other kid, that Edgewater, much better than Teddy. Unfortunately, that's just fact. Everybody can see that. Why aren't they using him? You got linemen, defensive linemen that can chase a squirrel up a tree and down the other side, and we got this quarterback who just sits there like a statue. Ridiculous. But Daniels doesn't impress me.
Wow,
Thank you,
really?
buddy. Have a great day.
Not easily
Thank you.
impressed.
Hey, wait.
He wished us a
Wait.
great day.
Hold on. Let's chew on this for a minute.
Yeah.
You mean Josh McDaniels?
Not sure what's going on. Did he say Edgewater?
Yes.
Where is that a place?
So no, my favorite part is that you have defensive linemen who can chase squirrels up trees.
Yeah,
But you have a quarterback that sits in the pocket.
that's right. And everybody could see that he was a hit
I mean,
away.
all we need is to not let our quarterback play around trees.
Oh man, what a segment!
Oh no.
Hmm.
Loretta Lynn died.
Okay. Okay.